Welcome back to the Market Wolf. I am the Market Wolf, where I give you the best bear case, the best bull case, and I give you my opinion. We are looking at my feed on X. If you are not subscribed over there, please go subscribe so you don't miss any of my charts and updates. I had a request from Charles, and I'm happy to take your request as well. If you have a chart you want me to look at, please let me know. Charles wanted me to take a look at CVNA. Typically, I don't do this kind of thing where I'll go take a look at the stock itself first, and so he wanted me to take a look at CARVANA. And just the high points here from the takeaways. CARVANA's financial struggles have raised concerns about its future stability. Recent rumors and discussions have sparked speculation about CARVANA's ability to sustain its business in the long term. Market conditions and competition, including the potential impact of Amazon's entry into the car selling industry, may influence CARVANA's future performance, etc., etc. You can read those yourself. I'll link to the article below. They're not doing well, but this does have the potential to be a deep value type of trade potentially. The setup that I'm looking at here on this bear flag that's formed is really interesting. This red line is a downtrend that it is now entering into, which is unfortunate. That's an overall downtrend. However, on this bear flag, we've had excellent incoming volume, and it looks almost like a big reverse head and shoulders pattern, very similar to a head and shoulders pattern. And then this smaller pattern here in the lower time frames also looks a bit like a reverse head and shoulders pattern. And we have good volume coming in. We're coming in from an upswing. So in the long term, potentially on a measured move, you could be looking at $88.78 to the upside. But there is some caution here inside this symmetrical triangle that I would just warn you about in these lower time frames. I do think that in these lower time frames, it is going to generally break down some more. And I would say you really want to hold $50.17. If you can't hold that, the absolute last level you'd want to hold would be about $43.44. It is possible it could break down that far. It just depends. This is wound up really tight, and I really think this wants to break to the upside soon, unless we just get a substantial amount of exiting volume within the rest of this symmetrical triangle as it continues to play out. I mean, if you have continued chop here throughout this period of time and you can't get out of this thing, then that would be bad, and it could lead to a breakdown. Also, bad news from CARVANA could lead to a breakdown. Also, the S&P 500 breaking down from its current highs could be bad for CARVANA, especially if the S&P 500 decides, oh, well, you know what? I'm done being bullish now, and oh, look, a recession. So this is a high risk but a high reward trade. So basically, that's what I'm thinking, that's what I'm feeling, that's what I'm seeing. I would say in your higher time frames, boy, it sure looks like it wants to break out. In your lower time frames, it looks like you definitely have a bit of a breakdown coming and some more chop to try and consolidate so you can get that breakout. I'm just giving you A case, D case. I'm giving you my opinion, essentially, because we can see overall that it is generally bearish, but I am seeing some trend reversals there that could make this a very interesting trade, a very, very interesting trade if you're up to that kind of risk. Just possibly explosive, especially coming from the momentum lows that CARVANA has been on. So something to keep in mind. It's definitely a high-risk, high-reward trade. Pretty cool. Charles, thanks for sharing that with us. We'll see you next time on The Market Wolf.